So good morning, everyone, and welcome to this very special pre-K celebration. So we want to thank you for joining us as we achieve, hopefully, 3 goals this morning. First, I'm Vanessa Garrett Harley, Deputy Mayor for the City of Philadelphia for the Office of Children and Families, and PHLpreK comes under my portfolio. We want to first thank the Honorable Mayor Jim Kinney for making universal pre-K one of his signature initiatives of his administration here. We also want to acknowledge that PHLpreK community and the over 17,000 children that we've served, to the hundreds of providers whose staff care for and educate our youngest learners. Can we get a round of applause for our providers? And we are so excited and so happy this morning that several of our providers thought it not robbery to come out and be with us today, despite the weather and everything else. We thank you guys so much for coming out. And we also want to celebrate the numbers, the enrollment, the quality, and the standards, and the minority, women, and disabled business enterprise representation, which we'll acknowledge a little bit more as we move on. These are just some of the areas that we're going to cover in our PHLpreK by the numbers review, and we're happy to finally release it today. Many of you see it. We have some over on the table. You may have some in your chairs, but that's sort of to give you that summary or executive summary of all the things we're really proud of that we've been able to accomplish with PHLpreK. Now, without further ado, please join me in welcoming to the podium and thanking our mayor, the Honorable Jim Kinney.
Well, thank you very much, Vanessa, and good morning to everyone. I want to begin by thanking those here who are providing preschool opportunities to children and families all across our city. That includes the wonderful educators and staff in Philadelphia's pre-K centers who provide safe and high-quality education and care every single day. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for what you do. And it also includes the incredible city staff who have taken a campaign promise from 2015 and expanded it into a fantastic, successful program. As I look back at the last 8 years as mayor of the city, I can say without a doubt that the investments we have made in education bring me the most joy and most pride. In pre-K alone, we have invested almost $500 million over the last 8 years, which has allowed over 17,000 children to attend pre-K at no expense, 500 new preschool teachers to be hired, and making 5,000 seats available for families at over 230 locations across 43 zip codes in Philadelphia. This initiative continues to show remarkable success in offering families more access to high-quality pre-K. It allows parents room to get a good job, continue their education, or further their skills to advance their careers. We've met with one mother who started as a clerk, but now is the director of the Defenders Association of Philadelphia because both her children went through pre-K. She was able to earn a bachelor's degree, an MBA, and a master's degree in education during that time. She was excited to report back recently that her oldest son is an honor roll scholar. In this room today, we have one, I think we have one young person here, but, oh, 3, oh, good, all right, well. In this room today, we have children who will continue to thrive in the kindergarten and elementary school. They will enter kindergarten with the letter and number recognition, executive functioning, social awareness, and the general routines of going to school. They also clearly know how to have fun. Over the last 8 years, this city has battled through numerous challenges and hardships. But whenever I have needed to see joy, happiness, and smiling faces, I always schedule a visit to one of our preschool centers. I'm excited for what the future holds for this program and know it's in good hands moving forward with Mayor Parker. But for today, I want to thank all of you and those who worked so hard to establish this foundational opportunity to children and families in Philadelphia. This is our future, they are our future, and I'm proud of what we created. I know our city is in good hands. So thank you all for being here, and I just couldn't help but watch the photo array come on. And you're around so long, you kind of forget those beautiful little babies who just want to sit in your lap like that are. It's the highlight of my career and my life, and I'm so glad that we had the beverage tax passed and we did the things with the money that we did here. It's it's heartwarming, so thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you again, Mayor Kinney. Before PHLpreK became this 8-year initiative under the Kinney administration, Universal Preschool in Philadelphia was a campaign that was coordinated, organized, and pushed with heartfelt and deep belief by early education experts, advocates, and educators. We have a few of those people here with us today, and I want to acknowledge one in particular and offer the opportunity for a few remarks. We have Dr. Loretta Jamont with us, who was the co-chair of the Universal Pre-K Commission, which helped start all of this. Dr. Jamont is a vice president at Drexel University and also a professor at Drexel University. So Dr. Jamont, if you would just do us that honor of a few words.
Wow, this is amazing, amazing, amazing. It's such an honor and a pleasure to be here this morning for this celebratory occasion. I remember when we first started out, many, many years ago, trying to capture the voices of the residents of the community of West Philadelphia. We had focus groups and community conversations in every city council member's district all over the city to make sure that we heard the voices of every parent, every community leader, every community resident about the need for universal pre-K in their community. We collected all that data and brought it back together to write the report. And the report led to this wonderful success that you see today. I am so honored to see a thought become a vision, become a program, become successful. And because of you, we're here today. Thank you, Mayor Kinney, for all you did, man, because without you, we wouldn't be here today doing this. And thank God for all of you care providers. I have my grandson who's 2 years old, and he's in pre-K daycare. And so I'm watching, making sure that he's got, are they stars, are they not stars, are they this, are they that? I've learned so much in this journey and this ride. May God continue to bless all of you, and let's continue to do what we have to do to make sure our young people are strong, smart, can thrive and be successful, and to be the people that we want them to be as young adults. Amen. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Jamont. We appreciate that. We are really proud of our PHLpreK community, with more than 90% of our facilities are now 3 and 4 star. So we are doing quality pre-K, and not just any kind of pre-K. We're making sure that they're actually receiving quality education. Over the years, from 59%, we've now moved to 89% of the business owners who operate PHLpreKs have been certified MBE, WBE, or DBE, as we say, minority women or disabled, right? Would the providers stand up for me just a little bit? I know some of you guys are here. And you can see the diversity by just looking around. We are so proud of our providers and what they've been able to accomplish. Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. At PHLpreK, not only has it been helpful to our young people to ensure that they get the right foundation for early education and prepare them for kindergarten and their future, educational achievement, but it has also helped a number of small business providers and be able to enhance what many of them were already doing, and for some of them, they may have started after the PHLpreK program started. So we're really excited about what it has been able to do also from an economic point of view for the city and for those providers as well. We at this time would like to call up Dr. Leslie Spina. She is from Kinder Academy and has a number of facilities across the city and will sort of give us a view from that provider lens. Dr. Spina.
Thank you very much for having me here. I am so fortunate to be in this city. I love Philadelphia. I'm not a native of here, but this is now my city. And I'm so proud that we are in a community that thinks about the future, that thinks about our communities as a whole, not just the adults, but the children also. This change is transcendent, and Mayor Kenny's legacy will be that he helped this be the first very large city to be able to do this in this kind of way. And I'm so happy to have been a part of it. Many of us have been there from the beginning, and we're hoping that we could get to this place. And I would love to see all of our children have an opportunity to be in these high-quality programs with teachers who are degreed and trained, who understand what children need, but also support families. We wear many hats in this industry, and it's about investing in tomorrow, not today. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. And that's what we're doing here in Philadelphia. And I am, again, so proud to be here and be a part of this. So thank you very much, Mayor Kenny.
Thank you so much, Dr. Spina. We appreciate that. Now I just want to share a quote from one of our parents. This is what one mom wrote to us. "My daughter is absolutely thriving in kindergarten, thanks to WonderSpring. Her PHLpreK experience helped her overcome many of the challenges she had and gave her the confidence she needed to really shine as an independent kindergartner. As a working parent, PHLpreK gave me a safe space for her to learn and grow." If there are any parents in the room, we want to ask the parents to stand as well. And we also want to thank the parents for entrusting us, thank you, with their most treasured possessions. We thank you so much for delivering your children to us each day and for being part of our citywide effort to deliver our youngest learners to their next step in life without every advantage. Now, we know it's a little challenging. The weather was horrific, so I'm just excited that so many of you came out because I thought I was going to be the only one here, me and the mayor, this morning. So thank you for that, first and foremost. Second of all, we do understand that we had this program at the same time that our young people are in class and learning, and so didn't really want to interrupt education. I mean, any one of these providers could have brought a slew of children in, and we do understand that, but didn't necessarily want to interrupt all of the educational endeavors. So we are grateful for, I see 3 little people in the room that we'll bring up here in a minute for you to be able to see them. But I would be remiss to do this program and not have Sean Perkins. Could you come up for a second? Sean Perkins is our director of PHLpreK. Come on. I'm just going to ask Sean to have just a few words. I know I'm catching him off guard. He told me he wasn't talking today. But Sean makes me look good. He makes the mayor look good. He's done a phenomenal job of expanding this program and making sure that it's quality and doing what we need to do, along with Denise and other members of his team. So I just wanted to give Sean a minute to be able to say a few words. Thank you, Sean.
Good morning, everybody. Much like everybody else said, I want to thank the providers here, especially it is a school day, and we want to make sure that our children are provided a quality education every day, which you heard is happening. I and my team have been doing this work and learning and listening from folks all over our country. And this is the only place that has grown as fast and with as high quality in our country's history. Like, that's a profound statement to be able to say the transformative nature that you are giving an opportunity for families that didn't exist before. I know people like to talk about New York and how fast they grew, but not the same as this is done. We have 96% of our seats are high quality. In year 1, it was 56%. So in 7 years to grow that fast with that attention to detail requires a village of people. And it becomes a village that needs to trust one another. And that's what I see in the room here today and in our daily and our weekly and our quarterly communications, our annual ones. And this isn't good enough. And we're always looking to do better. So I want to make sure I call out here everybody who plays a role, those who are both in the room here today and those who are not here, because that commitment to quality at such a high scale is very difficult to achieve. And our partnerships, we didn't even mention the School District of Philadelphia is such an incredible partner in this work. The folks over at our Spark Quality Support Center, the folks here at PHMC who are visiting with us too, like the work that is done administratively, it really takes a village, and it can't be done by one agency individually. It has to work together. If you don't work together, then we're not going to see the growth for our little ones. And I'm testament to that. I even have my own child be a participant in this program. So I want to say thank you to everybody. This growth is incredible. Let's do more with the Parker administration. But for today, I want to say thank you to Mayor Kenny for allowing me this opportunity to thrive and also to thrive with the individuals for whom we serve in each community across Philadelphia. 43 zip codes. That's incredible. The thing we didn't mention is that every year we have a list of priority areas, a list of places across Philadelphia that needs more. They don't have enough seats. They have more families living in poverty, more communities that have been historically and culturally disadvantaged for a lot of reasons that we're still reconciling right now. In the past 2 years, we took 3 of those zip codes off of our priority list because we're investing more in those places. That's our goal. We don't want any more priority zip codes. This year, we took 3 of those zip codes off the list because we're investing more into those places. So let's do more with the Parker administration. I want to say thank you, and thank you to Mayor Kenny for this opportunity, too.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it and all the hard work that you guys do. You've heard us say some stats. I know you see the posters around the room that have some incredible figures listed on them. Like 77% of our students were registered for kindergarten at the end of the 2022-23 school year, which is phenomenal. We mentioned that we already served over 17,000 students. Sean mentioned that we are in over 43 zip codes, and we're in over 220 locations, and we plan to continue to grow. And 44% of caregivers have been able to return to work because of this program, and that's a phenomenal number. So we really appreciate what PHLpreK has been able to do all around. Before we conclude, I just want to bring up Monica, and I see 2 in the back, two young ladies in the back if they want to come up. I want you to just see some of the children who have either benefited from or are about to go into our pre-K program, and moms that are here. This is little Monica, and what's the names? Zora and London. Aren't they beautiful? So this is what the mayor and I get to see. This is what we get to see when we go to PHL pre-Ks. The mayor has been to so many pre-Ks, I can't even count them. In terms of how he's been, and that's where you see the stuff on the slideshow is when we go to individual facilities, but we thought we would do the culmination since this will be, the last for the Kenny administration here, where we could bring sort of multiple facilities together and just recognize some people. But we thank you, and we thank you, young ladies, for being with us today. We appreciate you, and we thank you so much, parents, for being here. Before we conclude, I don't know if there are any questions from the media. Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about the demand for seats? I know there's 5,000 some. Is that a sufficient number? Is there demand?
We have approximately 5,250 seats right now. We certainly would love to expand. Is it sufficient? No, it's never sufficient. We have a lot more young people who could and would qualify for it as we move forward. So we're looking forward into the future to continuing to expand at the rate that we are expanding. You did hear Sean mention how we work with the school district, though, as well as our partners at the state and the federal government. So there are other opportunities in the preschool arena that are not necessarily PHL pre-K that serve a lot more children. Now, I don't have those exact numbers. Sean can tell you off the top of his head.
20,000 3-year-olds, 20,000 3-year-olds, so it's about 40,000 3 and 4-year-olds. We're not even talking about Berkeley 3, but yeah, the opportunity is certain.
Yeah, and so it is our hope to continue to work and expand. We're looking forward to some of that expansion maybe during the Parker administration. I know that Mayor-elect Parker was an educator her own self and is very committed to the education and seeing, our children continue to grow and expand. I think it's a mixture of stuff. I'm going to bring Sean up. And we also bring in our provider partners. We have different partners from Spark and other places. We provide technical assistance and a number of other things. Come on up, Sean. You can elaborate on it a little more.
Yeah, first of all, this is a partnership. Right? Like, the city doesn't go out and then say, you need to do this, you need to do that. We need to respond and listen and interact with our providers because they represent different communities. Different communities have different needs. So that's really a lot of it, is having engagements and listening while understanding what the state's requirements are to reach those STAR levels. So we have a support center. We have something called the Quality Support Center that we embed, and we know this, we learned this from other cities about When you invest in pre-K, the longitudinal effects are not profound unless you give supports, professional development, technical assistance, coaching. Those investments are critical to seeing the quality. So we have that through a support center, but also it's our partnership that we have. And it's not just those coaching, right? It's community businesses and organizations in the school district. This is a whole wraparound series of services. Sometimes it's families need a little bit more support, whatever it might be. Job training, we work closely with our adult education department. We work with our out-of-school time providers. So really, it's a whole community. It's not just like one. It's actually a lot that we have to listen to and react to.
Thank you, Sean. And so what Sean is describing is the Office of Children and Families. That's sort of the portfolio that comes under me, is the Department of Human Services, the Free Library of Philadelphia, our Parks and Recreation, and our prevention unit is where we have out-of-school time. We also have our Education Support Center where we work with the school district on truancy issues. We have our adult education, and then certainly we have PHLpreK and several other programs I won't even name for you, but that's why it's important that all of these things are under the one umbrella, because we're able to leverage resources from each of these different departments to make sure that we support each other. So we're looking forward to continue to support and expand as we move into the future. I don't know if there are any other questions. If not, I just want to thank you all for joining us and making PHLpreK such a great success. We could not have done it without you guys. We could not have absolutely done it without the providers. Please accept from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all that you do. We know it's not easy. And we will continue to be here and work with you and support you, and hopefully we will all continue to expand. To the parents that trust us with their most precious commodity, their children, we say thank you, and we're looking forward to seeing how well these young people are doing. The school district will tell you that there's been over 3% growth in achievement of, like, when they look at their third graders and stuff now. That would kind of be the cohort of kids that originally came through some of the PHLpreK programs. So we're beginning to see sort of the fruits of our labors in different ways. And if we talk to our parents, they also tell us about social emotional development and other things that they see that is improved by their young people having, you know, developing that routine of going to pre-K and learning how to take instruction and learning how to play with other children and share and all the other stuff. So we just want to say thank you. Mayor Kinney, I love you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you do for the children and the families of the city, and we will definitely, this will be your legacy, but we will all miss you. But we'll still be here if you want to just come and help us babysit sometime. Thank you all for coming today. Thank you.